Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Engineers and another ship review today, guys. We've got a couple different things going on here. We've got a few installations built by the same creator. So this is the Galleon H, built by Vomze. You may have seen it. It was on the front page of the workshop and I just thought it looked pretty tasty, so I want to have a little look at it a bit closer up. We also have Yoshi's rover just chilling here. We have the apartment buildings, the artillery tower built by Vomze, and then we also have the lookout watchtower over here. Big fan of the small grid use of the solar panels there. Makes things a lot easier. We've also got searchlights. This is a Pertam sort of rustic vibe that we've got going here. But I thought we'd take a little look at this ship because I just found it interesting and I wanted to have a little closer peek. So I thought, why not bring you all along for the peek? So let's have a look at the words of the creator. With more than a century of operation, this Galleon routine is to supply Dumont and its locality with energy and hydrogen. Don't know if it's Galleon or Galleon. I'm going to keep saying Galleon. Since the systems are isolated, it survives and supports some of the residents on this forgotten world. It had been built to meet difficult environmental requirements, providing comfort for its owners with living and working space. With growing insecurity in the system, former owners had installed a defence point to deter small-time thieves. The history of this ship is the result of work, of a fierce struggle of several generations trying to survive in the lost lands. And we've got some statistics. Awesome. So there's a defence point somewhere on this ship, which I'm guessing is this double-barrel autocannon custom bull turret here, which looks pretty tasty, I'm not going to lie. I like the moderate armament. I'm a bit sick of ships having too many guns. Got a little walkway here, reminiscent of the Pilgrim's Curiosity. This is a scaffolding-based walkway. I should also say that this ship does use DLC. Got large ion thrusters, so we're flying on a mix. We're actually flying on a mix of all three different thruster types. So we have hydros, which of course excel in getting us to orbit. We have ions, and then we also have atmospheric thrusters down here. So a good mix. The ion thrusters mean that if you want to fly in space and you're not particularly worried about how long it's going to take you to get somewhere, you can actually fly entirely on ion, which is obviously very energy efficient once you're in space. We have these massive hydrogen tanks on the side, so it's a big sort of gas freighter, I guess you could call it. I love the off-center style of this as well, the asymmetry going on here. We've got solar panel there, disguised, easy to miss. Got a few different skins going on with the rust, heavy and light, to make it look like it's seen some wear and tear, along with the railings. Look like corroded panels and such. Got a large atmo thruster under here, making use of the new fan style blocks as well as the older full-length atmospheric thrusters. Various exposed components, and there's also a number of airlocks on this vessel, as we'll see as we continue our walk through here. Got some greeble going on with the walls and the oxygen tanks. Industrial hydrogen thrusters and regular hydrogen thruster mix going on here. Got nice cowling at the rear around the hydrogen tanks and the thrusters using the new armor panels. I say new, they're not that new. We have, I believe we have port and starboard lighting going on here. We do. Port and starboard lights. A few hazard signs. Again, use of the scaffolding blocks down here, as well as the armoured conveyors. A nice grouping of the new atmospheric thrusters there to make them look like a single unit, which is nice. Got a few windows dotted around the craft as well. Overall, really good job of making it look like a very old ship. Just have a look at the profile from the rear. And then the profile from the front there as well. So, let's have a little look on the inside. There is a ground entrance on the bow. We have a ramp connected to a magnetic plate for a custom landing gear setup, which we also have at the rear, so tri-landing gear. We have an automatic door system here, so when you go through the door it shuts, but I've noticed it can sometimes shut the door in your face, like if you're doing this for instance. There. I don't know if I'll be able to replicate it, but sometimes it's a bit janky. But for the most part, it does work. So, entering the ship from the bow airlock. Coming to the starboard side here, we have access to the cockpit, which is just a cockpit block. The industrial cockpit block. Looks like we have a little sort of inset, a lot of inset blocks in this ship. We've got the inset kitchen going on here with a corner desk, inset couch, inset entertainment corner, which I've turned off because by default it's blasting music. We have one of the warfare viewing windows here. Then over yonder you've got a shower, so you can keep yourself clean. And give me 1 second. We've got a hand dryer. Then a window here, so you can have a little look outside. And then coming through the main section, back through here, we have an airlock. This is with a connector. This is actually economy style, so you can dock to economy stations with this, which is useful. We have a couple of lockers, as well as you can see the atmospheric thrusters here. We've got some railings, an air vent up there, keeping us pressurised. We've got the port airlock on that side, along with a survival kit. You can see into the entrance there. Got some visible pipe work, and then I believe here we have another airlock. So this is a forward economy style adapter. So there's 3 different points so far that you can hook onto. And then if we head back, so we head aft now, come into the main area of the ship. We've got sort of interior walls lining the top, which make it look like struts. We've got light panels, nice feature. Got the turret controller, big cargo container here, along with some freight boxes. Cargo access, so you can access the conveyor systems. It's always good to have. Server room, armory. Some nice details really. We've got this great graded catwalk over the programmable block. We've got some inset. I believe this is the inset button panel actually. It is. And then we've got the O2 generator there. Oh. Head back. We have the engine room, so lots of shelves for spare parts. We have the engine itself. We've got a conveyor cap here. This is non-removable. Another freight box. Similar setup on the other side. I like the use of the armor panels. Nice uniform rooms here. Considering this is a hydrogen ship, you've got a lot of interior space. So we've got timer blocks, which no doubt are the ones shutting the doors in my face. We've got a jump drive here, and there's actually, if we come up here, an entrance or an exit. We can just squeeze my fat arse up. We can come onto the dorsal side of the ship. And that is the ship tour. Got some cowling over the thrusters here as well, which is nice, use of the passage blocks. So, let's crack it open and head back in. So in here, yes, we have a jump drive. We have some barrels as well. And some mood lighting as well. We've got that red light opposed to the white ones, which is always nice to see. So let's head to the bow. If I could get there. I will admit, the doors are annoying me. If there's one thing I'd change, I'd turn off... You know, I might just do it. Just turn them off. Oh. Sweet Jesus. I actually have an upstairs bit here with a viewport. Oh, viewports. And you've got a couple of inset beds. Which is fair enough. Makes the most of the room. So. Let's take off here. So, as mentioned before, we have a mix of all 3 thruster types. So, can we fly with just Atmo? Let's see. Nope. So you do need hydrogen when you're in atmosphere, and this thing's only going to get heavier with cargo. Can you fly with just hydro? Yep. Mind you, we are on Pertam, so it's pretty brutal gravity, to be honest, but... It turns fairly well, unladen. I mean, as you'd expect for an old sort of junker ship, really. You don't want to give it too much turning power, do you? Want it to turn it like a fighter. Yeah, it's got decent thrust all around, although we are currently unladen. let's take a little peek at the systems. So, we have no reactors, we have one engine, a considerable amount of batteries, one jump drive, and then we have 2 small cargo containers with a number of hydrogen tanks. So this is very much gas freighter. Not going to be hauling too much cargo, but there is enough. And then you've got that survival kit to keep you alive as well. But I think this is more of a lore ship, to be honest with you. It's more of a set piece, which it does well, I have to say, for its size as well. It's a pretty large ship, and again, it's impressive the amount of interior space that they've crammed into a ship this large, considering it's all hydrogen thrust, and the piping normally eats up 99% of your interior space. So it's always good to see creators that have managed to sort of work around that issue. But yeah, as a ship, I would have more cargo space, personally. But as a set piece, it does the job very well. You've got a number of access ports, which is impressive as well. So you can dock it in a range of different ways, which is always good to see. You've got moderate defense capabilities, which is fine. It's very nice to see that as well, with a little bit of lore behind the reasoning for the gun. And overall, fits the style of Pertam quite well. So yeah, that was my little peek at the Galien H, built by Vomze. Also got a couple of his apartment blocks here. So these look cool. Got some shutters going on. And then we've got this artillery turret as well. Artillery turret tower. Again, using the small grid solar panels, which I like. So you can put together your own little set piece with all this stuff. And he does so for his screenshots. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, go and check out the ship in the comment section down below. Give the creator some love. And if you did enjoy as well, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and take care, everybody.